Misophonia, literally hatred of sound, is a rarely diagnosed disorder commonly thought to be of neurological origin, in which negative emotions, anger, flight, hatred, disgust, are triggered by specific sounds. The sounds can be loud or soft.
Okay, so you're here for that I explained to you this descriptive experience sampling that we're going to do. So this is the device you're going to wear, and it's going to set off random beeps during the day. So you always need to keep this in your ear, and when it beeps, you take out the notebook and you write down a few words about the exact moment of the beep and what you were experiencing in that moment. A lot of people think they need to write down what they think we want to hear. But that's not really the point, because we can't tell what they experienced in this moment. So you should just be as true as possible to your experience and don't worry about what we would think about it. So then you will come in for this interview. So you do this for a couple of days, and then you will come in and we'll pick out, for instance, like a particular beep. And you will just tell us what you were thinking. You can use your notes. And then we sort of, in this interview, try to carve out that sort of pristine experience that you had in this moment. That's it.
A strangle is the compression of the carotid artery and jugular, stops blood going to the brain. It's actually quite pleasant. That's what happens in autoerotic asphyxiation. It takes a lot of skill to do that very well. But anyway, I'm sure you know about that. So what you do, if you imagine that this is someone's throat that's there and this is their neck, this is squishy, this can be a human neck. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're first going to wrap the choking arm with the hard part of your forearm, and in that motion, slide that hand across. Okay. And you want to keep your hand flat, like it's like a knife edge, like a blade.
Okay, so like
beautiful. Now at this point, this hand fits into the bicep. And this
and so it like locks
behind the head, yeah. You catch someone in a choke, it's irrelevant what their physiology is, what their will is. They go, because they can't breathe, and they black out. I think 10 seconds, death. Full squeeze, I could kill someone in 10 seconds. Amazing, no? Humans have these skills walking around all day. You don't know it. You want to do it?
No, but okay.
Yeah! No, your left is the one that goes under my throat.
Why?
Because your right is the one you squeeze.
So then I go like
this
that,
fits
and then
it tightens up. This goes behind my head.
Okay.
That goes there.
And then I just try to
squeeze your elbows together as hard as you
can.
Do it.
All right. So then.
Elbows squeeze hard as you can. Hard as you can.
I really don't want to.
It. Okay, harder. I was nearly gonna tap out then. It was close.
All right.
One more.
Okay.
Go for it.
So like that,
Good.
and then.
Behind my head.
Oh, behind your head. Shoot. Okay.
And then elbows together.
And then elbows together.
Crimp your body in. Yeah, it's there. Squeeze harder. There are ex votos or acts of faith, all probably in intentional or symbolic order, with each scene occupying its hierarchical place, and what's more, each subject, each human figure, rendered in a predetermined size and scale in accordance with some stray, subtle meaning. What is the meaning? That to correct ourselves we must be honest with ourselves. We must admit our desires in order to resist them. This might not seem possible at first. To admit the harm we might want to do, because everyone else seems so still. Of course, many are frozen, fixed, never connected enough to gain motion or momentum. But so often, being too tired, or not methodological enough, we visitors hurry on, distracted, through the zoo. There are signs, forced participation in social rituals, trimming yourself like trepanning, getting to the reluctance and tapping it as though you were a tree. Alcohol in England, penguins. The underlying attraction to individuals who are brighter than us, more intelligent, but who are at the same time at a genetic disadvantage, utterly malleable through the lottery of genes, hopeful, hard work. Once you've got them to touch you, your arm, your neck, your hair, then it tends to be chance has had its moment and the endless search for control has found its mark. Can this kind of mechanism be as satisfying if it isn't built on an assumption that everything is founded upon chance operation? An inner and an outer world, a clean outer world of language and pals, best friends, a dirty inner world also full of language but more sensory. When a room is filled with a smell because of the removal of a piece of clothing, what the mind is occupied with at times when it is down-regulating, the implicit considerations of the mind, the blonde gestures, the ritual haircut, paying to be made lighter. We must accept the desire at its worst and then, in the cold light of it, create tactics for its avoidance. It is all a matter of explicit thoughts and tactics. Visions of perfect relations, spaces beyond words. A couple, you and the famous actress, neuroscientist, friend, lithograph, hologram. A budget conversation with one participant who has an ulterior motive and the other sitting by the side of themselves. If you don't find a place for it, it'll find a place for you. Wisdom builds its own house, for each in his own sack. The last minute is her smiling, correcting the vocal fry register and the whole abstinence movement of America. You can see, if you watch closely, the dying possibility of a deeper link. A touch of fingertips on an exposed forearm, a hand resting flat upon a back, eyes widely staring, invitational, being taken seriously.